So this marks 2021's first Iron Banner, and to celebrate it, let's talk about one of the better hand cannons you can get in the game now that True Prophecy isn't dropping in the game world anymore. So welcome back, Guardians, as we today take a look at the Steady Hand hand cannon. So to start off with, you can either get the Steady Hand from turning in tokens to Saladin, or you can get it from the Pinnacle reward quest that he's giving you. So that means if you want this weapon, you're gonna have to play a lot of Iron Banner. And luckily for you, there's a solo queue, so if you're scared of getting into those 6 stacks, well, you don't have to worry. The solo queue is definitely for you. So let's talk about the weapon stats a little bit. It's really good. The impact is really high at the 92, range is at 64, everything else is kind of meh. It fires 120 rounds per minute and can hold 8 rounds in the magazine. And this is fairly low, so if you feel uncomfortable with having such a low magazine count, you could go with backup mag. But my personal recommendation for this weapon is going Icarus Grip, since you're gonna be jumping a lot and you can peek corners and you can vault over objects or obstacles and get those shots without really feeling that you're losing accuracy. As for its hidden stats, aim assistance is really high and zoom is fairly low, and it has a decent recoil, almost only going vertical, meaning it's a very stable and good gun to use, especially in PvP right now. 120 RPM hand cannons seems to be the new meta, at least in trials, and I mean, if you can bring that kind of impact to the normal Crucible, I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with this as well. And with that in mind, let's check the PvP perks. What would I go with this gun? Well, to start off with the masterwork, I would focus on range so I can get it even higher, improving the range at which I can fire at enemies, as well as giving me higher aim assistance. I would also go with scopes that increases my range, so that means I would go with True Sight HCS to start off with. For the second tier, I would either go with high caliber rounds, only because of the fact that it staggers enemies when you shoot them more, but if you feel like you don't want that and you just want to focus completely on range, then Ricochet rounds is probably better for you. In the third tier, I would personally go with QUICKDRAW. QUICKDRAW allows you to basically ready and stow this weapon faster, as well as ADSing a little bit faster, meaning in PvP it's a great option if you want to hot swap to a sniper rifle, but if you feel like you only want to use the Steady Hand, then I would go with Killing Wind. For the fourth tier, I would definitely either go with Wellspring if you feel like you want to regenerate your abilities faster. This for a Hunter means you could probably spam more Shatter Dives, and for a Warlock more Rifts, and for a Titan more Stasis Melee. Just as a couple of examples. Otherwise, I would go with Snapshot Sights if you feel like you want to ADS even faster, but I feel like overall I would go with True Sight HCS, I would go with High Caliber, I would go with QUICKDRAW, and I would go with Wellspring. That would probably be my PvP role. As for PvE, well, this gun also offers a lot of decent options. I would still go with True Sight ACS because it gives you a nice amount of range, stability, and aim assistance. For the second tier, however, I would go with Light Mag since it gives you more range and gives you more reload speed. For the third tier, I would go with Outlaw since, once again, faster reload, meaning you're going to be able to fire more often and you're also going to be able to compensate that really abysmal reload speed once again. And finally, I would personally go to Wellspring, but you could also go with Swashbuckler if you want that, but Wellspring, since Beyond Light this came out, it's a really good perk, so definitely try out Wellspring. As for the gun itself, well, if you want a 120 and you don't have True Prophecy, then this is the one you want to get. This is currently the one most people use in trials. It's also a weapon a lot of people use in Crucible, and overall 120 RPM hand cannons is just really good right now. I don't know what happened really, but it seems like the overall PvP meta is going towards this kind of weapon. So now that you have an entire week, just get to grinding and hopefully you're gonna get a good one. And with that, I want to ask you guys a question, and that is, what do you think about the Steady Hand hand cannon? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you did enjoy the video, then liking the video and subscribing to the channel is a great way to stay up to date on the latest uploads. It's also a great way to support the channel itself. And with that being said, I wish you the very best of your day. This is TCSpectre, signing off.